Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. So if you followed me for a bit, you might notice I've had a haircut. Anyway, if you've not followed me and you don't know who I am, please consider hitting the subscribe button. I tend to be talking quite a bit about politics at the moment. So I want to talk about irreconcilable differences. Yes, irreconcilable differences. Now, I don't mean divorce here, because that's a term that's used in divorce. That's not what I'm talking about. I want to talk about the fact that there doesn't seem to be any reconcilable difference between the left and the right when it comes to the matter of immigration and the problems that it's causing in our society. And I'm specifically talking about the illegal immigration. So, as you will know, we have had multiple stabbings recently. We've had the Henry Novak one, which was done by a non-white Sikh guy. We've had the non-white Somalian guy, I think it was, that stabbed the guy's eyes out in Belfast and went to try and cut his head off and slashed all his face. That boy is now permanently blind. There's been another one where somebody gets stabbed by some Muslim sounding person that's claiming mental health, I believe, mental health issues, as they always do. That's just how these incidents tend to just be happening every other day or every day as it is, and it's just getting ridiculously out of hand just now. Now, when you point out that this is coming from peoples and cultures that are not compatible with our cultures, our values, our way of life, you get a whole bunch of people coming out and just calling you the usual, you racist, you bigot, you Nazi, you Tommy Tin Name supporter. Blaming on Tommy Robinson and all that, right? And I have my issues with Tommy Robinson, right? I think the guy's Islam stance and all that, I agree with him on, but I don't agree with him really on much else, especially not his support for Israel and that. And I think the guy is a bit of a loose cannon, to be honest, and I don't really support him all that much past his anti-Islam activism, do you know what I mean? So, but anyway, right, so we're getting the people on the left. It's just they're incapable, right? They cannot see any merit in your argument that there might be a problem with third worlders coming here and just causing absolute carnage, because things like beheadings, routine stabbings, violence is just, it is a way of life for them, do you know what I mean? Tribalism, I've talked about this before. Tribalism, these cultures are tribal. They are tribal. They are not liberal. This is the whole thing. I don't want to rehash that whole argument again. Go and watch my last video on the failings and the shortcomings of liberalism in Western society. But irreconcilable differences, you're just called names, you're called abhorrent, you're called a racist and all that, and they just can't seem to see any merit in your argument. And the other one that they hit out with is when you try and say things like, oh, Scotland for the Scottish or England for the English, and it's like that. What even is a real Scottish person, or what even is a real English person? These people are made up of ethnicities of people that have migrated here hundreds or thousands of years ago, so there's no such thing. We're all human and all that, and it's just like, I don't even, it's so infuriating. Everybody knows what an English person is. Would you say that to somebody from Japan? Let me ask you a question, right? If you're a lefty, right, and you happen to be watching this, do you think that Japan needs the diversity treatment? Do you think Japan's too homogenous? Do you think Japan needs mass immigration from third world countries and it needs to be more accepting of other cultures and all that? Would you say that to them? Would you? Would you say that to the Chinese? Would you say it to the Koreans? Would you say it to them? The Koreans need to be more multicultural and accepting of other cultures and all that. And right, I'm going off on a bit of a tangent here, but basically I don't think there is any hope for a political reconciliation between these two groups of people. I think it's too far gone, society's too fractured, and I can see this just getting like kind of worse, even if it's on a kind of like a low level, like a constant just stream of just shit that keeps happening that's caused by cultures that are not compatible with their own, and the left are just going to keep saying, well, oh, it's not all of them, do you know what I mean? It's not all of them. White people cause most of the rapes and murders in our society, which is true, by the way, because right now we are a majority white society, and you'd expect the majority of your populace to be causing most of the crimes. Per capita, people, per capita. Hit them with that one, and if they don't know what that means, get them to research it. Anyway, right, I don't see a solution to any of this, to be honest. I think things are just going to get worse, and unless we get some sort of restore or reform restore kind of pact or whatever in the next election, it's not looking good, guys. Anyway, thanks for watching.